Extreme classical arpeggios. This is the first part of this video. Today we're gonna dive into classical music's most fundamental technique, and it is stretching arpeggios as much as we can on the classical guitar. Before we start, we need to choose a key. In my case, I chose E minor because it's the key that I can stretch the most in classical guitar, and let me show you how I do it. First, I need to know the shapes I'm gonna go with. So we have the first shape of E minor that everyone knows. We have this shape of E minor. We have this shape of E minor, which consists of those. And we have this. So now, of course, I can just teach you what I just did with tabs, but this is not the case today. Today, I'm going to show you how to actually build the long arpeggio and use it. After we memorize the shapes, we need to determine how many notes per increment are we choosing. So in my case, I chose 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I chose 3, for example, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. I can also choose 2. Or I can choose 1. Alright, now the most important part is the checkpost. What is checkpost? Checkpost is when I determine to go back to another note. So for this demonstration, I'm going to choose 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to show you what is the checkpost. Right now, the checkpost is this 1, and the next checkpost is this. Now, checkpost. However, I can do the checkpost also here or here. Let me show you how that sounds. Checkpost. So. And so on. So the first one sounds like this. And the second one sounds like this. And I can go next. Alright, we determined the key, we determined the shapes, we determined the notes per increment, and we determined the checkpost. Now let's try to stretch it as much as possible. So let me show you what I mean by stretching it. If I do this, I ended up the arpeggio fairly quickly, and I wanted to stretch it a little more. So what did I do? I did. Then when I reached to this, I did something like this. So I basically used this shape twice as opposed to one. Why? Because I took this slide as another checkpost to use it more. So now I stretched the arpeggio a little more. And then I have another shape, but here I will do the same trick again. So and now I didn't use this shape. I took this shape and I just took this note from this shape. So here is a beautiful concept with arpeggios on classic guitar. When I play this, I can also do this. Basically go back to this shape. But then it will be very hard for me to land this shape in high speed. So I cannot do. However, if I do this, and then instead of playing the B here on the 4th string, I play it on an open second string, then this small gap gives me the time to prepare this shape. Of course, not all the time we can find open notes, but for the most part you can find an open note that will fit your key. Sometimes this open note will not be a part of your triad. Sometimes, just like this, that is not a part of the triad key, the E minor. But I used it to stretch the arpeggio. So, or, and then, slide, slide, open B, back to this shape. Here I'm using the open strings of this shape to jump from this to this. So, alright, this is just one shape out of many shapes we can build and play with. We can also do this. Or sometimes we'll play an arpeggio the same way we would play it on an electric guitar. So for example, this is one of those shapes, and this is one of those shapes. And we would choose those shapes to sometimes avoid open strings to make it sound more like muted and kind of single note sound. The reason I use those shapes is to bridge between one part to a different part in a piece, or to change key. So for example, E major to A minor. So, and so on. This is, by the way, another piece that I wrote. I have a bunch of classical pieces that I wrote years ago and I never released it. Maybe one day I'll make a classical album or something. Alright, this is part one of this video. In the second part, I'm going to share a bunch of long arpeggios that I wrote that we can use, and I'm going to put it with tabs and with emphasis on the right hand. Our picking hand is the key to clean and fast arpeggios. If you have your picking hand technique down, most of those arpeggios you can already start playing. It's just a matter of synchronization between the hands and how you choose to play the arpeggio. I'm going to go over classical picking techniques in my next videos, so please like and subscribe and stay tuned.